Last week, the students in Akim's class learned how to give a speech. They practiced in pairs on Monday. Some of them were ready to talk to the crowd.
Every child in Grenada is born with an enormous potential.
Ricky is a young boy who lives with his mom. One Sunday morning, Ricky wakes up early.
Early literacy is key. When a child learns to read earliest in his life, that child is predicted to have a better future, economically, health-wise, and the benefits are too many to mention.
However, despite our past national efforts, this potential is not always transformed into reality.
The results show that our children are not performing at the expected grade level. Over 1/3 of the students perform under the expected level.
We experience a lot of challenges when it comes to the children in terms of their academic background. Most of them come from low-income households, low socioeconomic backgrounds. We experience lots of challenges in terms of getting the children up to the expected reading level. Most of them do not know their alphabet or their songs, and it is our job to get them to learn it before the end of the term or the end of the school year.
Many students don't come with homework, they don't get assignment done, and we know the socioeconomic background of many of them. They don't have books when they come to school, some of the textbooks are not there. The notebooks, the pencil on a daily basis is not there.
In some cases, teachers aren't trained before entering the classroom, or sometimes parents are not as involved as we would like them to be in the educational lives of their children.
I had the privilege of attending Teachers College, and I know many of my colleagues, many of the educators in the system did not have the privilege to attend, to get the pedagogical skills that they will need to propel them on in the system. And even though they got those skills, we don't know if they are applying it correctly in the classroom as they teach.
Most parents do not have the time to sit down with their children and, do homework and stuff. I guess if we have more parental involvement, it would be a lot easier.
Parents need to be more active in their children's life, in the school life, in order for us to produce better persons.
We are not reaching our full potential as a nation. Let's be clear. Many of our children do not read at age 10. We cannot wait any longer. We must act now. Our children are the future. We must start with the foundations to grow strong and rise as a nation. Foundational learning is the right place to start to promote social justice and social cohesion, consolidate our economic development, and strengthen our democracy.
And that is why at the Ministry of Education, we are happy that we have introduced a foundational learning initiative where we target all of our children between grades K and 4 to ensure that every child is able to read and comprehend what is read. This will see us train teachers, it would see us review the curriculum, it would see us introduce best practices, to see us have coaching and coaches for teachers in the aspect of reading, to ensure that over a 3 to 6 year period, there is systemic improvement for the early and foundational learning practices across our sector.
We are very excited about this policy. We believe that it's going to make a huge difference for foundational learning and the entire trajectory for our children over the long run. It is based on best available evidence from the international community. It sits on 3 pillars, the pedagogical core at the very center, looking at the quality of teaching and learning. And we also have built-in support mechanisms for teachers. We're looking at training, mentorship and coaching. There's also assessments, tracking of children's performance to ensure that no child gets left behind.
What stands out in the case of Grenada is that the policy for early literacy is seen not only as a foundational skill and cognitive competency, but actually as an instrument of individual and collective liberation and development. The uniqueness of the case of Grenada is that it has three aspects that are usually absent in most countries around the world. First, long-term political commitment. From the very top, its Prime Minister, its Minister, and Permanent Secretary of Education. Second, he has created a technical alliance of international partners that work under the leadership of the Ministry of Education, bringing the best available evidence to secure and guarantee the success of this policy. And thirdly, and very importantly, a sustainable funding system that is based on the public sector's funding, the private sector's contribution, and also an alliance with the multilateral institutions around the world.
The invitation is, nevertheless, if we are to succeed, we must unite, join forces, and work together.
Globally, the evidence is irrefutable. Strong foundational learning drives productivity, it drives innovation, and it drives national development. When we invest in our children's ability to read, think, and learn at an early stage, we are not just shaping individuals, we are shaping a stronger, more resilient economy.
Foundational learning is at the heart and soul of everything we do here in Grenada, and therefore it is at the heart and soul of tourism, because tourism affects the fabric of society in every aspect. So when you think about the workforce, when you think about training, when you think about everything that we look for, productivity, everything at the core of all of that is literacy. Literacy is the future of Grenada, and it starts with us.
From the perspective of the private sector, we very much want to ensure that our population is educated so that we can find employees within the country. We don't want to have to look outside of Grenada for employees.
If we want to have a strong private sector, a strong public sector, then we need to get our kids learning early. Literacy development is critical to us.
We must also work and collaborate with global allies to learn from successful reforms in other parts of the world.
The pathway to development is to increase productivity. And increasing productivity requires investing in people, investing in human capital. And critical element is foundational skills, is making sure that all kids have the basic competencies in the early years.
SUMMA has worked for more than a decade with more than 21 ministries of education of Latin America and the Caribbean. Also, as the leading institution of the KICS Hub for Latin America, we have been bringing and mobilizing evidence in the region. That is why we're honored to be a knowledge partner of the Ministry of Education of Grenada. Under its leadership, we will bring the best and most innovative, effective pedagogical practices into the classroom, trying to reach the highest possible impacts for this policy.
Well, the importance of Grenada from a GP lens and what we are doing with GP, KICS, and SUMMA as the hub of that is that it presents a very interesting example of matching financing across different institutions around a national priority.
The idea of bringing in different funding partners, tripartite, you have the private sector, you have our core partners in KICS, SUMMA, who are helping to leverage GPE funding on a one-to-one basis and matched also with public funding from the government of Grenada. You have these three partners coming together to work in a technical capacity through SUMMA, through GPE KICS, together with the Ministry of Education, who is leading the initiative to finance collectively a dynamic, innovative program on foundational learning in Grenada. This is leading stuff, and my hope is actually that this will be a signifier case for other countries within the Caribbean region and possibly even more broadly within LAC.
At the Rassmuss Foundation, we are very honored to be part of this incredible policy named Grenada RISING. Through our early literacy program based on evidence, we want to contribute to change the life of the children of Grenada.
Education improvement programs must be based on rigorous evidence. That's why, as Pratham International, we are happy and honored to be part of the technical coalition working with the Ministry of Education to promote Grenada RISING.
We have been able to partner with some of our local business persons who have been able to produce or to fund this campaign, and they have contributed significantly, and we thank them immensely. But not only do we have local partners, we have international partners who have been able to walk alongside our local businesses and match the funding internationally. Every $1 that's given, they give $1 too. If local businesses give $10, the international community will give $10 too. And when that's put together with central government funding, we can go much further. We can do a lot more over the period of time for foundational learning for our nation's children.
I want to implore on the private sector to contribute to this noble initiative. This initiative is invaluable to the growth and development of this nation. And as such, every single private sector business should contribute, because at the end of the day, when our nation succeeds, our businesses will succeed.
I want to invite any member of the private sector who is not yet on board with this national initiative to come on board, join us as we develop success in education through literacy development.
We cannot do this alone as government. Our children need us all. We must work together. Families, teachers, government, and importantly, the private sector.
Come join us and be a partner, because Grenada rises when every child learns to read.
Some investments build roads, other build buildings. But this one builds future, because when a child learns to read, they don't just pass a test, they change their life.